I just bought this wrecked Nissan GTR, which we think has been a victim to insurance fraud. But despite that, I think I can rebuild and fix this car within 24 hours. And this time, I mean 24 hours.
What does it take to build a YouTube empire worth millions? For Mat Armstrong, it started with a single moment of devastating failure that would change the trajectory of his entire life. From BMX rider to supercar YouTuber, his journey reads like a Hollywood script, but the reality behind the cameras tells a much more complex story. BMX crashes, wrecked supercars, millions of YouTube views. This is Mat Armstrong's empire in 3 frames. But what the thumbnails don't show are the all-nighters, the financial gambles, and the growing controversies that fans and critics are now calling out. Today we're diving deep into the truth about Mat Armstrong's empire, how a working-class kid from Leicester transformed a career-ending injury into Britain's most watched automotive content, and why some are questioning whether his success story has a darker side. This is the untold story of how one man turned broken dreams into broken cars and built a multi-million subscriber empire in the process. Welcome back to Tuna No Crust, the largest car TV show news on YouTube. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Let's roll. Leicester, England, 1993. Mat Armstrong was born into a working-class family where cars were literally in his blood. His dad, Tony, ran a local garage, and from the moment Matt could hold a wrench, he was learning the basics of mechanics. The smell of motor oil and the sound of engines were the soundtrack to his childhood. But despite this automotive heritage, Matt's first love wasn't cars at all. Like many kids, he played football when he was young, but as a teenager, he discovered something that would consume his life: BMX stunt riding. He wasn't just good at it. Matt earned sponsorships and competed globally on his bike, living the dream of extreme sports stardom. Then came 2013, the BMX World Championships in Germany. While attempting a 720 tail whip trick, disaster struck. Matt dislocated his shoulder so severely that his BMX career was over. With biking off the table, he needed a new outlet for his competitive spirit. That outlet became cars. Almost overnight, Matt shifted gears completely. He put down the helmet and picked up a wrench, diving headfirst into teaching himself car repair. He spent countless hours working in his dad's garage, learning from Tony's decades of experience, and picking up shifts at local shops to expand his knowledge. He wasn't content with just learning. Matt started fixing friends' cars, flipping auto parts online, and even renovating properties on the side to fund his new passion. The entrepreneurial spirit that had driven his BMX success was now channeled into something entirely different but equally demanding. In spring 2013, Matt had already launched a YouTube channel to document and share his BMX adventures with the world. But when his BMX career ended abruptly, he faced a choice: abandon the channel or transform it into something else entirely. He chose transformation. His first big break was almost by accident. When his girlfriend crashed her Audi TT, Matt bought the wreck from the insurance company for just 600 pounds. He filmed the entire rebuild from rusty bumper to running engine, posting it as a YouTube series. That salvaged Audi TT project didn't just get a car back on the road, it defined his entire niche. Matt realized viewers loved seeing wrecks come back from the dead. This laid the groundwork for his signature content, turning written-off cars into dream machines, all captured on camera. Once Matt discovered the salvage rebuild formula, he doubled down. He treated YouTube like a second job, filming builds in his spare time between shifts at the garage or while flipping houses. Night after night, he'd be in the garage pulling apart engines and editing footage. The grind was relentless, but he knew consistency was key. That grind paid off in 2 massive breaks. First, the Grand Tour host Richard Hammond discovered Matt's videos and shared one with his audience. That single shout out sent his channel growth skyrocketing overnight. Then came the milestone deal. A video of Matt fixing a damaged Bentley Continental GT got enough attention to score him a major sponsorship. Suddenly, his small YouTube hobby had full-blown industry attention. Throughout 2017 to 2019, Matt cranked out longer and more ambitious videos while still working his day jobs. By late 2019, the channel's ad revenue had eclipsed his income from everything else. He took the leap to full-time YouTuber. The numbers speak for themselves. Matt's channel grew from the low millions to nearly 5 million subscribers by mid-2025, with over 680 million total video views. Individual episodes regularly rack up multi-million views. A rebuilt Lamborghini SVJ video, 4 to 6 million views within weeks. His reach exploded beyond YouTube too. Hundreds of thousands of TikTok followers, more than 1.1 million Instagram fans. Mat Armstrong wasn't just another creator tinkering in a backyard shed anymore. He was one of Britain's fastest rising auto YouTubers, with sponsors and fans watching his every move. By 2024 and 2025, Matt's projects went way beyond the little hatchbacks he started with. Crash-damaged Lamborghinis, Porsches, Audis, even opulent SUVs. He overhauled an abandoned Murcielago, plucked a wrecked Lamborghini SVJ for a six-figure sum. But the biggest buzz came when Matt paid roughly £184,000 for a crashed Mansory Rolls-Royce Wraith once owned by England soccer star Marcus Rashford. The Wraith had been written off by insurers, but Matt saw an opportunity. He filmed every moment of the rebuild, tearing the car down to a bare frame, chasing rare replacement parts, tackling head-scratching problems. Viewers were literally on the edge of their seats as months of work culminated in road testing the revived Rolls. Even Rashford's team got involved, offering original keys and custom parts. When that Wraith finally rolled out of the garage, live on camera, it was a YouTube event that cemented Matt's reputation as a top-tier rebuild artist. His supporters praise how real he keeps it. Unlike many flashy influencers, Matt's thumbnails and titles usually show exactly what you get. One fan put it bluntly: the reason Mat Armstrong gets 1 million views a day is because he's one of the few car YouTubers who actually get stuff done without all the extra bullshit. Matt's crew expanded too. His dad, Tony, and friends frequently co-host on camera, giving the videos a genuine family team vibe. Sponsorships and partnerships began stacking up. High-end parts suppliers started collaborating on projects, providing original spares and exotic exhaust systems. By 2024 and 2025, Matt's success story was everywhere. A media figure, inspiration for DIY car buffs, and a case study in how YouTube can turn a hobby into a business. But just as the hype peaked, warning signs started showing. Behind the scenes, the channel's formula was drawing new scrutiny. Fans and amateur mechanics began asking hard questions. Could a small team really keep churning out week after week rebuilds on such complex machines? Critics pointed out that some videos leaned heavily on dramatic teasers and over-the-top reactions, making viewers wonder if content was being forced for clicks. Matt openly admits he's not a professionally trained mechanic. In his own words, he's just a regular guy winging it. On camera, he laughs at his mistakes and shows every snapped bolt or mishap. To fans, that's honest. To critics, it's a reminder that when you dive this deep into custom jobs, errors are almost inevitable. The relentless pace meant compromise too. To keep uploads coming, Matt often took freshly built cars straight on trips or shows, exposing any glitches. Engine hiccups during road tests, quick fixes done off camera, paperwork and MOT checks handled after filming stopped. Then came real-world drama. In 2023, car enthusiast Antonio Montanino purchased a Lamborghini Murcielago from Matt for £30,000. According to Antonio, the deal included essential parts that Matt never delivered. Instead, Matt later offered to buy the car back at a £30,000 markup, something Antonio saw as unfair. More than a year later, Antonio claims most parts never arrived. Matt denies wrongdoing, saying he offered to buy it back at a loss to resolve the situation. But the dispute has been reported widely and lingers as a blemish on his otherwise glossy career. Beyond the mechanics lies the human cost. Keeping up with Matt's pace is a grueling marathon. Every video demands weeks of hands-on work, hours of filming, and nearly as many hours of editing. The financial stakes are immense. Each project is effectively a gamble. That Rolls Wraith rebuild, £184,000 of his own money on the line. A crashed Porsche 911 GT3, around $160,000. If a rebuild goes wrong, a snapped axle, engine failure, or viewer backlash, that's tens of thousands down the drain. Matt has admitted to working late nights, filming on just a couple hours of sleep, waking up at 4 a.m. to edit while questioning himself. What am I doing? Behind every triumphant first drive shot were nights spent under fluorescent lights in freezing garages, weekends spent wrenching instead of living. When he surprised his dad with a rebuilt Aston Martin DBX that racked up 6 million views, Matt posted raw footage of tears and laughter, proof that even amid success, the work was taking its toll. Technical red flags have emerged too. Qualified mechanics and comment threads point out concerns. Quick fix oil seals that professionals call cringe. Repairs that look great on camera but might not pass dealer inspection. Matt films these hiccups openly, showing himself learning on the job, but it signals that behind the flashy edits, these builds push the boundaries of DIY skill and shop resources. The backlash from any misstep hits hard. While loyal viewers defend him and point out that his cars generally pass inspections, skeptics warn this style of content has a shelf life. They question how sustainable it is as Matt tackles ever larger projects. So what's next for this high-flying garage guru? After all the success, multiple supercars restored, millions of followers, brands knocking on his door, is Mat Armstrong on the verge of burnout or gearing up for an even bigger play? He's proven he can spin adversity into success, turning a BMX injury into a rich YouTube career, making fame from scrap metal. He's smart enough to bring family along and keep a genuine smile on camera, but every channel eventually faces a crossroads. Innovate or implode? Will Matt slow down and focus on finesse? Or will he double down, buy that next million-pound Lamborghini, and hope the clicks never die? All we know is that right now, millions of fans are watching every wrench he turns, witnessing both the glory and the grind. Only time will tell if Mat Armstrong is a creator who will outlast the craziness, or one who will learn that sometimes the harshest rebuild of all is rebuilding yourself. Until then, we'll stay tuned to see what happens after the next wreck.